Hello. How's everybody doing? Just give me 1 sec. I'm trying to put music on, but you'll have to let me know whether you can hear it or not, because I've obviously got settings on this microphone where it blocks out certain frequencies so that it doesn't pick up the noise of my PC, because my PC is really loud, like the fans. So I don't know whether it'll pick it up, but we'll find out. I just want to put on a bit of lo-fi. Guys, let me know whether you can hear the lo-fi or not. Wait, I'll be able to tell on OBS, I think. Tell me if it's too loud or too quiet. Oh, I think you might be able to hear it, but I don't know whether it'll sound funny. So just let me know. Let me know if it sounds weird, and I'll turn it off. I'm gonna wait for someone to reply before we can hear it, but it's cutting. Okay, I'll turn it off. I thought it was gonna do that. I'll have to find a way to. I'll have to figure out a way to do it where it still blocks out the noise from my PC, because that's the most important thing, because it does make a really loud noise, like it's just a constant fan. And if I don't have the, I don't know the correct term for it, but you probably know what I mean. Everyone else probably knows what I'm on about better than I do. Let's just remove our drawings. There we go. Oh, I need to make sure that I'm on my funded account. So, as we can see, the funded account is looking rough right now. We have less than 2k of drawdown left. So that's not ideal. It's not ideal, I'll be honest. It says OBS is disconnected. What's going on? What's going on? Okay, it says reconnection is successful. Hopefully that's okay now. I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to put a little announcement on my Instagram to say that I'm live on YouTube so people can join. Let me just do that right now. Live on YouTube today, and join. Let me put a little link. How's everybody doing? Hope you're all well. I'm on 1.29k subscribers, which is crazy. My second video that I posted yesterday seems to be doing really well, so I'm super happy about that. I need to somehow on my YouTube channel put my live on the main page when you go on my YouTube channel, because for some reason that doesn't happen, and I don't really know why. I have no idea why that happens, to be honest, but I need to figure that out. Trying to just connect the link to this live stream so people can join it, but I'm not sure whether I can do that. There we go, that's it. Right. It's going to be weird watching myself live. Right, let me share, copy that, I'll put it on my Instagram, and then we'll get started. How has everyone's trading week been so far? Obviously, we're only one day in, so I unfortunately took a loss yesterday, which is sad, but it is what it is. I'm happy with the trade I took, and I definitely learned a lot from the trade. After sending it into the Discord chat, I was kind of chatting back and forth with people, and trying to understand why I took that loss. Yeah, I learned a lot from it, so it was worth taking, even though it was a loss. Sorry, I'm just going to post this on my Instagram story, and then I'll be able to concentrate a little bit better. Hello. You're in drawdown, Alan. Same. Honestly, same. I am in hella drawdown. Funded. I'm in hella drawdown. There we go. That's my eval on 50k standard yesterday. Gonna pay for activation fee next week. That's awesome. I watched yesterday's video. Have you considered setting a regular morning broadcast time? So I'm trying to get into the routine of live streaming on YouTube like 3 times a week to start with. So I did that on my first week. I could only stream once last week due to my surgery, but I'm trying to do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 2:15 start or 9:15 New York time. I'm trying to do that like just before market open. I'm trying to do. This week I'm only doing today and tomorrow because I have something on the Thursday, so I'll have to miss market open, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm trying to do it 3 times per week to start, and then I'll up it in the near future, hopefully. Okay, anyway, I'm going to do my analysis. So as we can see from this daily chart, we came up to all-time highs, and now we are kind of trading back into this range. So we've kind of just got inside of this new day opening gap on NQ. We've pretty much filled it on ES, so ES is definitely more bearish coming into this. So that was interesting. Yesterday I was bullish going into the day, but obviously we have kind of reversed. I don't know how deep we're going to go into this. I think because ES has filled it, I also think NQ is going to fill this space. I would be surprised if not, and potentially like reach down to these like failure swings down here that we've got resting. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens there. In terms of the 4-hour profile then, so today we have opened and literally just dropped lower, took out Asia low in London session. London low is still open, so that could be a potential target for today for sure. London high and London low is taken, so if we could kind of trade up into this 4-hour gap, sweep London high, potentially with some SMT and then target London low, I think that would be really nice. To see that happen. That's definitely something I would be looking for today. So yeah, I'll mark those out. I always do my bearish fair value gaps in pink, so let's make sure those are pink. Yeah, so London high and London low left open on both ES and NQ, so that's interesting and defo points of interest for me right now. Dropping down to the 1-hour chart then, we just seem to be kind of chopping around a little bit here. I think we have some SMT here. Yes, we do. We have some SMT between the hourly candles here and here. As you can see, this 6 a.m. has been swept. This 6 a.m. on ES has not been swept. So we have that SMT as well. But I would be more inclined to wait for London to be swept. I would be super happy if London could be swept with some form of external SMT and then we target London lows. I think that would be a really nice trade coming into the day that I'd definitely be happy with, but we'll just have to see what market open offers us, I guess. Looking at the news today then, we have 10 a.m. news, so ideally not going to be in a trade while that's taking place. And if I am, I will move my stop to break even for sure. We have news like, you know, all the time this week. Oh no, sorry, that was yesterday. Okay, we have no news today. Sorry, I got that completely wrong. London low did get taken. So this is London low here, and that hasn't been taken yet. So this 5 a.m. Or is that? Hold on. Let me go on the 15-minute. Yeah, that 5 a.m. low, that's London low right there. London session 2 till 5. So there's our low, and it has not been swept yet. It's not been swept yet. It's technically 505, but like I would still class that as London low, to be honest. In terms of like higher time frame candles, I still think that's a pretty prominent low to target. So yeah. So yeah. So yeah, in terms of my grandma's just texting me about my thumb. Oh, so we have on the 4-hour time frame, we've obviously traded through this gap, this huge gap on ES, which we are like just trading into on NQ here. And we can obviously trade into that on NQ still, but I guess ES is rejecting from this 4-hour fair value gap. So that could be interesting. I think I'm probably not gonna make a decision until I can see whether London high or London low has been taken, because I think if think if London low is taken first, I would be inclined to potentially look for buys. I think London low is definitely a nice sell target. So if that's taken before London high, I don't think I would be looking for shorts anymore. So yeah, but I do think we need to come and fill this gap on NQ. I think that's going to be important. So yeah, taken some sort of, yeah, okay. Anyways, I'm going to put a poll in the chat so you guys can tell me whether you're bullish or bearish going into the day. And then, yeah, let me just do that right now. Bullish, bearish, 50. There we go. I've added that poll so you guys can answer what your bias is for the day. I'm just going to pin my Discord as well. So if you guys want to join the Discord community, it's completely free. Feel free to use the link that Alan has put in the chat. I've pinned that now. So the Discord community is completely free. It's a really nice space to be in. Everyone's super supportive in there. So yeah, highly recommend joining up. NQ is a buy at the moment. Yeah, I think I would assume on market open we're going to go upwards. That's ideal for me. Kind of take out these highs, form some sort of SMT, and then trade to London low would be ideal for me. How come you trade 150Ks and not 50Ks? Honestly, I have a 50K funded as well. So I have this 50K, which is also in drawdown. I don't really trade this. I've hardly touched this, to be honest. I messed about with it when I first got funded. I don't even know why. I was super confident with my 150K clearly, so I just didn't trade it properly, and now it's in drawdown. But I've hardly touched it since. I don't really want to copy trade it, just in case, because of how much drawdown I'm in on my 150K. I kind of want to keep that as a backup plan, I guess. So, yeah. So yeah, just the 150K advantage if you're a beginner is you just get more drawdown to play with. Like if this was a 50K, I would have blown it ages ago. So gives you more wiggle room, I guess, until you've built that buffer, which obviously you can build straight away on a 50K. But if you get unlucky or you have a losing streak, you've blown it. So yeah, I'm happy I took the time. Even though the eval took me a long time to pass, I'm happy I spent that time on it because it's meant that this funded has lasted me, I've been trading this for friggin' 4 months now or something. Not managed to get a payout yet, but we're just back and forth, more back than forth, but I'm working on it. I've been doing a lot of studying, trying to perfect my model so I get super confident with it, really. I think it's just a lack of confidence in what I'm trading, a lack of knowing what I'm looking for, just sort of coming into the markets kind of blasé, not really having a plan. So yeah, that's something that I'm trying to work on a lot. I'm trying to work on more detailed journaling as well. So I'm talking about, rather than just detailing the actual trade, I'm talking about the emotions that I'm feeling in the trade. So if I enter a trade and I didn't actually feel sure of what I'm entering, I need to know that so I can spot that pattern and fix that. So as you can see from my tabs, I've been watching some YouTube stuff, just more on narrative of the trade, really, because that's what I've noticed, that sometimes I'll go into a trade, and if I had to actually explain the narrative behind it, the context and the higher time frame narrative, I probably wouldn't be able to do so. So it's just trying not to get too hyper focused on lower time frame moves, and actually being able to explain to myself why I'm taking the trade I'm taking in terms of higher time frame context. I think that's really important. And it's so easy to get lost in the lower time frames and little SMTs that are put in on the 5 minute, the 1 minute, and you're actually forgetting that whole narrative of why you're taking a trade. So yeah, if we sweep London low here at the open before London high, I'm gonna have to completely rethink my trade idea and see whether I could. I don't really know. I don't know whether I would still be bearish if that sweeps first, because this is kind of my main target, and once we hit that, I'm unsure what I would want to do. So yeah, we'll see what happens, I guess. How long did it take you to get funded? So I started trying to get funded in March this year. My first ever eval I bought was a Top Step 50k eval, and I blew that pretty much straight away within like 2 weeks. I just didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have a model. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just messing around. But I feel like everyone needs to have that eval that they blow and they realize, shit, like I need to actually have a plan together. I'm not just going to be able to pass this like being blasé. And I like wasn't gambling the account. I was trading it with proper risk management, and you cannot pass an eval with proper risk management with no plan in place. Like it's just not going to happen unless you get extremely, extremely lucky. So once that happened, it kind of like gave me a shock, like shit, I still have a lot to learn. So from there, I like studied. I spent a lot of time back testing, a lot of time on FX replay. And the moment I have like 4 days worth of time like on FX replay, so what's that, like getting on for 100 hours on FX replay, which like it isn't a lot in the grand scheme of things. Like if you want to master a skill, you need more than 100 hours, you know, like I still have a long way to go. But yeah, I spent a lot of time on FX replay, and then I took this 150k standard evaluation with Alpha Futures. I was on that evaluation for 4 months, just going back and forth, literally like break even in drawdown, back in profit, back to break even, back to like I did that so many times. It was just like back and forth, like yo-yo type action. Constant back and forths until finally managed to pass it. And then now that I'm at the funded stage, it's just like a similar situation. It's just back and forth. I think it's just like I haven't found my edge yet. And like I feel like that's not something many people would admit, but I just don't think I've found an edge, and that's what you need. But like finding an edge takes live market experience, which I'm gaining through trading this funded account, and building so much data. Like you don't just get an edge from copying someone's model off YouTube, you know, like that's not enough in my opinion. So yeah. How many years have you been trading for? I only started trading this year, so still very new. Still very new to the industry, I guess. You are my forex industry crush. Thanks. I don't trade forex though. Was short on gold. TP got absolutely obliterated. Nice. Congrats. It's a pity my browser doesn't support automatic translation. I didn't understand half of it. It's hard to hear. I'll review it later. Thanks for yesterday's video. Some things made me think. Oh, nice. I don't know how to, I don't know whether I can turn that on. Maybe I can. I honestly have no idea whether I can turn on like language translation. If someone could tell me that I can do that, let me know and I will do it. But I have no idea. I'm not very good with all of this. Still very new to like live streaming and getting all the technical things sorted. So hi, how's everybody doing? Claudia, how's your thumb? What did I miss on this live? You haven't missed much. I just kind of went over my ideal scenario, which was London high be taken and then targeting London low. But it kind of seems like we're heading towards London low on NQ. But I guess if we can put in some sort of SMT at this low, could target up in this gap, which I do think it needs to return to at some point. So that would not be too bad. We kind of like external to internal type vibe. We'll see. The thumb is okay. I had the what's it called? The dressing change this morning. And I thought I was gonna pass out while she was doing that. But it's fine. The second day, I think it was like getting on for 24 hours after getting on for 48 hours after the surgery. I was in the worst pain ever. I woke up at like midnight just like screaming, like, so I'd been like, you know when you're in pain but you're asleep and you're like not quite awake but your body knows that you're in pain. Like I was dreaming about being in pain, but like the pain that I felt in my dream was like my actual pain. It's so fucking weird. And then I woke up and then I was just like screaming in pain. Like it was awful because I hadn't taken any sort of painkillers after the operation because my hand was still numb from the anesthetic. But as soon as that wore off, which apparently that wears off like between the 24 and 48 hour mark, as soon as that wore off, like, oh my god, it was the worst pain I've ever felt in my whole life. So yeah, that was horrific to be honest. But We recovered. We're okay. We're okay. Just about. Let's see the 15-minute chart, see what's going on here. Looks like the 15 minutes kind of disrespecting all of these bullish PD arrays. Looks like NQ's reaching for London low, which will be nice. It doesn't look like we'll get an entry in there in terms of model, but I would probably be looking for some sort of reversal from London low. That might be nice, especially if we put in an SMT, which I'm not sure whether we will, but it's always an option. Doesn't YouTube have auto captions? Honestly, not sure. If it does, I might not have them on, maybe. I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea. 6 minutes into the open now, which is nice. Not swept London high or London low yet, which is what I would really be looking for here. Kind of just like in this range, which is, it's okay. It's perfectly okay, but London high has these like super nice relative equal highs as well. Oh wow, those are gorgeous. Look at those. That is absolutely stunning. This is the SMT that got put in, I think, which was marked out from the 15-minute chart. It's not really that big of a deal, is it? Not really that big of a deal. You should try Adam Mancini's trading methodology. He teaches how to fish. Wait, what? He teaches how to fish? Like, wait, I'm so confused. Please expand. A brick girl trading, all I had left to see is fulfill my life. I'm happy I could fulfill your life. Alan is not my manager, he's my mod. He's my multitasking mod. Let me look at the poll results, actually. That's going to be interesting. Okay, so we're 43% bearish, 37% bullish, and 20% are 50-50, which is interesting. I'm not going to be targeting anything too crazy today because we have no news, so I'm not expecting crazy volatility, and we have some big news events potentially coming Friday. So yeah, I think any sort of like major higher time frame draws are probably going to be taken during that. So yeah. He teaches the edge which one requires, unlike ICT. Oh, okay, maybe I'll have to look into him then. I need a bloody edge. Whereabouts in the UK are you from? North. That's like as detailed as I want to do it. Like, not because I think you're being weird, but there are just weird people on the internet. I don't know. As I've found out myself. Can you please say bottle of water? There you go. Hey Claudia, can you help me out with something? It's just a one little thing. It depends what it is, because sometimes people message me and ask me if I can help them out, and what they actually mean is, can I send them money? Which is always going to be a no. It's always going to be a no. The amount of DMs I've actually had of people requesting money is crazy to me. Like, I didn't think that was a thing that people would genuinely do. There was one guy who, like, people were, like, giving me shit for posting on my story, but, like, from what he said, I think he deserves some shit. So he sent me a DM and basically said, hi, I stole $3,000 of my mum's money and I've lost it all. Can you please send me money? Like, bro. Be so fucking for real. Any giveaway, Claudia? I'm going to do a giveaway either today or tomorrow, depending on what happens. Like, if this is, like, really slow, then I'll give one away. It's just, like, when I have time in the stream where I don't need to concentrate on charts is when I'll do it. Thanks for the 100 last night, bro. That's okay, bro. 53 viewers, holy prime. Claudia, very famous. I know, I'm on my come up. I'm on my come up. Just can you explain about fair value gap, a little summary? Yeah, sure, okay. I can explain that. So a fair value gap is basically an imbalance in price. And so a fair value gap, I'll go like back to very, very basic. So ICT is who proposed the fair value gap concept, right? And ICT's beliefs are that the markets run on an algorithm and that the algorithms seek out inefficiencies or imbalances in the market, which is why fair value gaps are significant, because if there is fair value gaps left in the market that are unfilled, price will potentially draw to them. And fair value gaps can also like be used to propel price in a certain direction. So let's say we're let me find a good example of where that's happened on the 1 minute chart. So a fair value gap is basically the gap between two candles. So as you can see, between this like this candle and this candle, there's no gap, but between this candle and like this candle, there is a gap. So people either draw it out between the wicks or include like the bodies as well. I tend to include the bodies. So that's our fair value gap there. And as you can see, price traded down, create this fair value gap, trades back up into it, and then it used this fair value gap to expand down to wherever the draw on liquidity was. So yeah. Yay, we look like we're gonna take London high. We're gonna take London high. Hi, saw your story of joining Riley's mentorship and I'm wishing you good luck. Thank you so much. I must say that, so when I had the idea to join a mentorship, I thought it'd be great, right? And like it has been great, but the thing is, like, because I'm not used to having a mentor, like my whole time learning trading, I've not had any sort of mentor. I've done it all myself. I'm not very good at like committing to the whole thing, because my idea of a mentorship was that like they would give you a plan, they would tell you exactly what to do, and that's what happens. I don't know. Like I thought that that's what happens, but I think it's like you have to do more shit yourself, which I didn't really realize, and I'm not really prepared for, because everything in my trading I've kind of done on my own. So I don't really know. We'll just have to see how it goes, because like the thing is, this is like how bad I am and like how stubborn I am as well. So this is how stubborn I am. So obviously learnt his model, things like that. And then as I'm backtesting his model, I'm like tweaking his own model, which he's profitable with. I'm tweaking it to suit myself, which like I do think it's a good thing, but I also think like, okay, Claudia, come on, bro. Like, are we being so fucking for real right now? But I just can't help it. Like I just I don't know. I don't know how to explain my thought process right now. I really don't. But anyway, that's just that's just what's going on. So I don't really know what to do. Like I'm just not doing the mentorship properly, I would say. And we have liftoff, look, NQTP 25829. 829. I don't know why you've marked that out at such a random level. But yeah, I like these relative equal highs that are resting there, so I think we're probably going to come take London high. Come take London high. Thanks a lot, Claudia. Got it. About fair value gap was having a little problem about understanding that. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's see what the 5-minute time frame is looking like right now. I really would like some SMT at London High. That would be so cool. That would be so rad, bro. I'd love that, but I'm not sure whether that's going to happen. To be fair, we could. ES looks more bullish than NQ in this leg. So we'll see. I'm on my come up. I feel like we have some new people on here, which is so exciting. Hi if you're new. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great trading week so far, even though it's only Tuesday. It's only Tuesday. I got the bias just completely wrong yesterday, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was so bullish, and then, yeah. And then, dumpy dump. dumpy dump took place yesterday, like literally just like from the open. What's the date today? The 3rd, yeah. Like from the open, just dumped. I'm on my come up. I'm learning off of YouTube, and so far it's going good for me. I'm in a Discord server with 2 people that has a good win rate, but I feel like I have to do it on my own to become successful. Yeah, I think it depends what you're doing, I guess. If you're learning off them, then that's great, but if you're signal botting, yeah, definitely. Thankfully, I've never gone down the route of signal botting. Thankfully I skipped that bit out of my trading journey. I feel like a lot of people go down that route. And I guess that can be addicting because like you genuinely can make money from doing that. Like there is profitable traders who live stream pretty much every day. Like I can imagine there is like a significant amount of people who just actually signal bot them every day. But like long term it's just not sustainable, is it? Like this person can decide any day that they don't want to share their trades anymore, and then your whole source of income is out the window. Like you should so learn for yourself. Come up. I feel like summer in 2016. Have you traded anything other than futures or not? No, I haven't. I've never dabbled with anything other than futures, to be honest. Futures is definitely the one for me. Definitely the one. How's your part-time job structured time-wise? So my part-time job, I just called it a part-time job because it's actually easier to explain to people. But my job is actually it's like a contractor role. So it's like I can do it on my own terms, which is quite nice. We have SMT at that 7:30 high. In terms of 4-hour profiles, I do feel that if we're going to go down, it wouldn't actually make much sense for us to sweep that. And I think if we do, we probably fill some of this out. I'm a little bit like, I'm a little bit like stuck here. A little bit stuck. Very torn right now. Like, I just don't feel like the 4 hours telling us too much. It's really not. I feel like the 4 hour is giving more bullish than bearish, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. Oh, we actually do have a little lower time frame SMT there, which is interesting. No, we've not had any sort of like lower time frame fair value gap to invert. I think that could honestly have been a nice entry to London High, but I'm just not happy with like, so we have this internal SMT, right, but there's just no sort of fair value gap to invert. So I do think in terms of 4-hour profiles, it would make sense that this is the kind of reversal candle, and then we target this 4-hour gap, which is obviously going to want to mitigate and trade inside of. I think that makes sense. And obviously ES is trading from a bullish fair value gap. So if we could get an entry to do that, I'd definitely be interested in that, but I just don't think it's going to offer us a bearish fair value gap to enter from, which is a shame. But if we do manipulate one more time, I'd be tempted to take that for sure. Yeah, we disrespected this 15-minute, respecting these bullish PDRAs. Higher time frame looks bullish. Yeah. I just don't think it's going to offer us any sort of something. Well, it might. Who knows? Gotta stay patient, see what happens. To be honest, I think entering right before this new 4-hour candle opens wouldn't be wise anyway. I think if we can hold off from taking this high for 10 a.m. it's gonna take that at that time. So if we can manipulate a little bit before then, that would be great. But we might not get so lucky. We might not get so lucky. We did not. We did not get so lucky. Can I ask, why did you not enter short at the first 5 min of market open, bearish SMT and 15-second inversion fair value gap? I don't personally use 15-second time frame like at all. It's not part of my model. So yeah. And I generally go like with like my higher time frame has to match my lower time frame. So okay. So the situation we're in right now in terms of the 4 hour is we look bullish on the 4 hour, we really do. Fairly sure that's the consequent encroachment of this gap here. Let's find out. Okay, no, we've not quite traded down to consequent encroachment, but anyways, so yeah, we traded down into this gap, clear 4 hour reversal candle, and now we're trading up into this PD array, which is interesting. Trying to figure out whether we have like any sort of lower time frame targets here, which I don't think we do. I think if I was gonna take buys, I would not want to take a buy like through this. I would have to kind of wait for this to be inversed or kind of disrespected, because I just think this is just going to cause some high resistance movements. So I think buying in this situation is not an ideal scenario at all. We do have SMT with this hourly candle right now. ES has not yet taken that. NQ has. So that's interesting. For sure. Whether that will hold or not, who knows. We obviously still have London low open. London high has now been swept, so we can mark that out. But obviously we do have Asia high above us, and things like that. So we may just continue tanking higher. I have no idea. But in my opinion, I'm still bearish. Like, I still feel like NQ is going to want to fill this gap, and it's just using this 4 hour bearish fair value gap to expand lower. But I would need some further confirmation to kind of verify any sort of short entry here. I don't think this no, this is not held. That is not held. When you buy a yacht, are you going to invite us all for a party? Yeah, for sure. I actually would, you know, like I actually would. I would actually be so all for that. I've literally said on my Discord that when I'm profitable, I'm gonna fly all of my mods out to like Dubai or something. Just discovered you today, seen ICT, what time frame is your model on? So I usually take my entry on like the 1 minute time frame, but I do like my analysis on the higher time frames, and then I wait for a lower time frame confirmation to line up. But yeah, I usually enter on the 1 minute. So I think this is going to be a bit of a waiting game now, to be honest. We obviously have this 4 hour gap, which price may want to come and fill, as that has been unmitigated. So that would be a potential long target. The only thing that would kind of confirm me to switch bearish right here would be some sort of higher time frame SMT, which we don't seem to be putting in. So that's interesting. we managed to invert this gap before the hourly candle closes, that would be brilliant, but I don't think we're going to do that. We've only got 5 minutes left. Come up. Claudia, London session low has been swept. I'm aware it's been swept like on the lower time frame, but like, you know, like that's technically London session low, but I kind of don't class that. Like, I still class that low as unmitigated, and that being London low. Still look bullish for sure. I just don't really like trading. I don't really like longing into like higher time frame bearish PDRAs. I just don't feel like that's an ideal scenario. Unless we have some sort of swing high inside of that. So if we could create some 15-minute swing high inside of here and then target that for like some continuation, maybe that could potentially be a move. But we'll just have to be patient here, I think, for a setup if we're going to get one. Do you expect 10 a.m. to open high, look close to the top side, then down? Honestly, in terms of 4-hour profile, this looks bullish to me. I honestly don't know whether we're using this to head lower. I think it has potential, but I think we'd need some sort of higher time frame SMT to confirm that, and there's just nowhere to put that in. That makes sense. So I think until we're given a reason for this to turn around, we stay bullish here. We have Asia high. Oops. Whoops. Asia high, obviously unmitigated. Where's midnight opening prices? That's a nice draw. We have midnight open there as well. I'm going to put that in red. I wanna come up. I have like some SMT here, but it's nothing like too major, I don't think. Nothing too major. How long have you been trading for? Not long at all. I started at the start of this year, so I'm still very new. Still super new. Let's just monitor that SMT, and I think if that holds, I'd be looking for shorts, but I honestly need to wait for further confirmation to even decide which way I think this is going to go. I don't think it's super obvious right now whether it's going to continue higher or reverse off this 4-hour. Fair value gap. But to be honest, from what I was saying, I do think NQ needs to fill this gap at some point, and it may just be using this 4-hour gap to expand lower, which would make sense. Trading around the consequent encroachment area here, so if we kind of respect that, I think that would be nice. But again, it could be using this gap that it traded into on NQ to continue higher. Looking at the weekly, we've used a bit of this gap. Oops, I meant the daily. I meant the daily chart. Daily's swept like a key swing low here, so it would make sense for us to have some sort of reversal from that, I think. But yeah. That is no longer valid. It's no longer valid. Okay, we have a new 4-hour candle here now, so dun, 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 I want my come up. She thinks I'm free. Feel like summer. 2016. I think in order to kind of find some sort of long entry here, because I definitely am more bullish rather than bearish now, I think. As we have quite a lot of like failure swings heading up here. We obviously have Asia high, we have midnight opening price. I think it would make sense for us to be bullish now in terms of profiles. So, but I think in order for me to get an entry, I would need some sort of retrace, like create this 15-minute gap here, retrace into that, and use that to go higher. I'm not just going to be entering off thin air, I don't think. Like, yes, we have this inversion here, but we just have a further gap here, so I want some sort of buy side to be generated, which is what I'm kind of waiting for. Do you try to learn fitness and training in the same way you were learning trading? I wouldn't say I learn fitness and trading at fitness anymore. Like, I've been going to the gym, other than like the last month where I was so, probably like last 3 months, I've been so inconsistent with the gym just because I've just been so busy. And I know that sounds like the most poor excuse ever, but I was consistent with the gym for 3 to 4 years, and then like I actually got busy to the point where I didn't have like time to breathe in my day. So I just like I couldn't handle it. I just couldn't fit it into my schedule. I try and go at the weekends sometimes, but it's very inconsistent because I just needed the weekends to fucking rest. So I was so tired. So yeah, I'm getting back into it now. But I've learned a lot about fitness in terms of women's fitness, and a lot of the fitness on advice online is very tailored to men, I would say. Because when I first started going to the gym, I was doing a lot of the like routines that were kind of advertised for men. Like I was doing like bulk and cut, training with very, very heavy weights, like low reps, heavy weights. And yeah, I put on muscle because it helps you put on muscle, but it didn't give me the look that I thought it was going to give. Like I thought if I put on muscle, I would then like have that lean look, but that doesn't come from bulking and cutting. Like it really doesn't. Like if you want to have a lean and healthy look rather than like a big and strong look, like it's a completely different regime, to be honest. So I fell into that trap. I really did. By the way, guys, I'm going to be doing some sort of giveaway either on today's stream or tomorrow's stream. So stay tuned for that. If you want some extra entries, you can see in the top of the screen my Alpha Futures code is there, and if you use that to buy any sort of challenge with Alpha Futures, you'll get an extra entry if you DM me your order confirmation. A few people in my Discord have done that, so they'll have extra entries into the giveaway already. That's always a thing. Like I'll be doing giveaways pretty much every week, so yeah, just keep that in mind if you ever need a challenge or whatever. I'm currently trading with Alpha Futures. I have done since the start pretty much. Yeah, very trusty prop firm. Trusty British prop firm. What's not to love, eh? What's not to love? Look like we're creating a hefty 15-minute gap here, so that would be nice to use to head higher. Up to midnight opening price. Let's mark out midnight open on yes. That is let's mark that out in red. And that is Asia high. I'm actually gonna write on that one. There we go. Now we know what we're doing. I think ES and NQ are a little bit uncorrelated right now, which is interesting. 15 to 20 reps is crazy work. So I've actually found that being a good, like, it depends what type of look you're going for, but me personally, I don't want to look bulky. I don't want big shoulders. I don't want big arms. Like, that's just me personally. Like, I'm 5'4", so the like tiniest bit of bulk on me just makes me look like round, not gonna lie. So so yeah. So to get that like lean look, doing low weights and more reps and like kind of doing high intensity interval training rather than like super heavy weights and like 2 reps is just so much better for my physique in my opinion. Like, it makes me look leaner. And obviously, like, the sole reason for that is because I'm burning more calories when I'm working out. Like, that is just why. Holding to Asia high. Slay. Slay, girly pop. Slay, girly pop. I'm on my come up. She thinks I'm pretty. I feel like summer in 2016. Probably do have some sort of like hourly higher time frame SMT, don't we? Surely. Maybe it's make the, yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. That's just something to mark out, even though I kind of already knew that, but you know. If I may ask, how many accounts do you copy trade, or do you only copy trade one? I only am trading one right now. I do have 2 fundeds, but I'm leaving the other one as a spare, like as a backup, because this one is in so much drawdown, as you can see. I've been having a bit of a hard time for it. So my 50k 50k funded is like a backup, which is also in drawdown, so it's not the best backup in the world, but anyway, it is what it is. What song is that? It's I've got it stuck in my head because I actually said before I'm on my come up, like I was just talking and then I like got the lyrics stuck in my head. And if you've joined my lives before, you will know that I hyperfixate on like one like tiny sentence of song lyrics and then I can't stop singing it. And I don't even notice that I'm doing it, but I do know that it's that song because I've caught myself doing it before. It's called Make Believe, I think. It's like, it's UK DJs. I think it's Max Dean. Could be Max Dean. I think it is. What you mean come up? So someone said in the chat that I had 53 viewers and that I'm famous, and I said I'm on my come up. Like, it means like if you're on your come up, you're like getting famous, or like you're on your way to success, I guess. I don't know whether that's just British slang. I'm honestly not entirely sure. Maybe it's make believe. Hannah just sent me a message. This is Hannah Trades, by the way. You might have seen it. She just sent me a text 13 minutes ago and said, "What the actual helly is the market doing? How is a girl supposed to win in these conditions?" That's so funny, but so real. That is so real. Maybe it's make believe. Ooh, we might get some sort of lower time frame SMT here as well. It looks like NQ is more bearish here, which is lovely. Well, would you look at that? We do, but I want it to create a 15-minute gap and trade into it. So Luke, Dean, and Omar make believe found it. It's lit. Oh my gosh. Yes, listen to it. So good. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's Omar Plus and Luke. Listen to that. I would put it on right now, but I'll get copyrighted for one, and I can't figure out how to make you guys listen to music as well, because when I put my speaker on, my microphone cuts it out. So yeah, I need to figure that out so that I can have some like lo-fi. I high key would not have my playlist on while I'm trading because I get too overstimulated. But maybe it's make believe. What was your analysis? I was bearish until London High got taken. Maybe it's make-believe. Actually, no, I literally wanted London High to be taken and then target lows, but we've had no form of SMT. So I think we need to head higher before we head lower, to be honest. And midnight open is right here. And we are in such a discount right now. I feel like we need to come and I don't even know what I'm saying. I feel like I'm going against my initial analysis though, so I do need to kind of rethink this right now. Because I initially said at the start I wanted to take London High and then target London Low, but we've had no form of SMT formed, which I think we would need for us to reverse. Like, we have no reason to reverse right now. Maybe it's make-believe, maybe it's maybe it's Jennifer. Oh, I was bullish to get a retracement, but bearish. Yeah, like overall higher time frame, I'm bearish. But right now, I don't think we have a reason to turn around just yet. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking, because I saw you quit your job? I'm 21. 21. But I've had like 10 lives already. Hi, Claudia. Hello. Hello. Maybe, no, I'm not telling. No, I'm not telling her. My thumb is killing me. Absolutely killing me. Oh, I'm new here. No worries. I think a lot of people are new here, to be fair. I only started live streaming pretty recently. Well, I used to live stream PM session one time per week, but like I didn't get too many viewers on that because I don't feel like many people trade PM session. Like, I get a lot, not a lot more, but I get probably double the amount of viewers now. Maybe it's you know what I was singing before, guys? I was singing you know that song off TikTok? What is it now? It goes like, what was it that I was singing? I was singing some weird song before and I've completely forgotten what it is. It's like, give me a minute. Oh, it's like right there. It's right there, but I can't think of it. Oh, 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 oh. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm going mad. I feel like I'm going mad. Right. This 15-minute candle is nearly closed, so I want some form of retracement into this gap. I can get rid of that. I know we're in a 4-hour gap. That needs to be blue. My bullish fair value gaps are always blue. Yeah, I want a retracement into that with some internal SMT. That's what I want. And that's what I will get. Is it that Maui Wowie song? No. It's like, oh my gosh, what is it? It actually begins with an M. Like, that's just reminded me, but it's not that song. It's not like one that's trending at the moment. It's so old, and I don't know how it popped into my head today. It's like, what is it? Oh my gosh, I don't know what it is. It's actually doing my head in because it's right there. I'm telling you, it's right there, but I just can't get it. Oh my gosh, that's so annoying. It's actually so annoying. High key though, if higher time frame I'm bearish, then why would we have any sort of wick? Like, if this candle's just like a huge wick, that's not really giving bearish, is it? It's not really giving bearish. I don't even know what I'm doing. Russ, you were singing that last week. Oh, I know. I was singing Maui Wowie last week. And you like hum it. I just can't. It's like it's not even words. It's a song and it's not even words. It's just like noises, but you say the noise. That makes zero sense. Oh my gosh, I know it's that. I need to lock in. I'm gonna potentially take an entry. Oh my gosh, that's so just annoying. Oh my gosh, no, I know it. I know it. I know it. Oh my gosh, don't lose it. Don't lose it. It goes, Maypan Zuzuzu Zuzuzu. Does anyone know that? I've been singing that all day. Oh my gosh, that took me a hot minute to remember that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Mimosa. What? No, I don't know what it actually says. It goes like Maypan Zuzuzu Zuzuzu. That one, I don't know what the hell it says. Oh my god, that's a 2018 song. Yeah, I didn't even hear it anywhere. It just came into my head today, like in the morning. I don't know where that came from. Lock in or clock in, I know. Don't want to have to clock back in ever again. Oh, dear. Yeah, meatballs. It's that one. I love it. I love it. It's brilliant. Oh, that took me a hot minute. That took me a hot minute. We do have some. No, we don't. Literally invalid. It's literally not valid. It's been out for ages. How you know hearing that? Yeah, I didn't hear it anywhere. I heard it in my brain. It came into my brain, like like those bits of your brain, like those filing cabinets which are so far back and there's loads of dust on. I just managed to whip it out from there somehow. I don't even know. Sometimes like random songs which I've not heard in ages just pop back into my brain. Ah. Dun 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 dun. Dun. Guys, I'm honestly not too confident in this trade, even if it does trade back into the 15-minute gap with SMT. I'm still bearish, to be honest. I'm still bearish. Not gonna lie. Yeah, no, I'm not taking that. Even if it plays out, I'm happy with myself because I'm just still bearish. Like, I can't justify it to myself. Like, yeah, we have midnight open and Asia high above us, but, like, I don't know. I'm just still bearish. Like, I really am. Like, I would have no reason to be bullish until, like, this gets invalidated, which it hasn't. Like, this has respected pretty much the consequent encroachment of the gap. In fact, I think it is. I know it's not. Nearly though. Nearly though. I just entered a short. Nice. Yeah, I can't lie. Like, probably will take midnight open, but I'm just not looking to get in that in case we don't because I'm still bearish. Like, my ideal scenario would be invert this and trade the inversion. I think that's the most ideal scenario right now. Damn cur, that short. Yeah, short cooked. I wouldn't want to short yet, but I would want to short at some point. You not trade 1 minute? I do trade the 1 minute. But like I only switch to the 1 minute like when I actually want an entry. Because you can get so bogged down on the 1 minute. Hopefully you win, but I'm still in a long trade, so be my excellent. I'm not looking to enter shorts yet. I would only enter shorts once this 15-minute gap has been disrespected. We'll have SMT between these guys right here. We'll see whether that holds. Only like a small lower time frame SMT, but still important. It's always important to mark these things out, just in case they're useful later. I think Hannah's having a rough time on the charts. To be fair, so am I. PA is like scraping a fork on a plate. Honestly, it was kind of clean. Like I literally said I want London highs and it went straight to London highs. So maybe I should have just fucking, took that. But there was not really an entry which it offered, to be honest. Oh, let's text Hannah back. Maybe zoo 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 zoo. Now I'm gonna be singing this the whole goddamn time. How many funded accounts you got? I've got 2, but they're both in drawdown, so yeah, it's not going so well right now. It's not going so well right now, I'll be honest. I need to just not look at my phone because I'm just looking at loads of trading wins and it's making me want to off myself. So, yeah. Damn, she gonna have this in my head now also. Sorry! Are you looking for a motion model trade? Kind of. To be honest, like, I obviously learned the motion model, but it was basically the same thing as I was already trading, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the model was the exact same, apart from using 30-second inversion fair value gaps. But I just use a 1 minute one. So it's basically the same thing, but just better risk reward. My Discord is pinned. What the hell is it doing? It needs to hurry the goddamn hell up, in my opinion. I'm just like drawing out the trade that I would take if I was undisciplined because I'm bored. And I want to take a trade, but I'm not actually going to take that trade because it's ridiculous. How was your discipline before joining the mentorship? My discipline was already pretty good. I feel like that's not my main issue. I think my main issue is literally just chart time. Like, my main issue with trading is literally just like confidence in execution and just time on the charts and learning from experience like that. Like, that's all I need really, to be honest, and just more time collecting data. Like, I don't think my psychology is particularly bad. Like, whenever I'm on stream, I don't really tend to crash out if I take a loss. Like, I'm usually pretty chilled. So, yeah. So, yeah. This is just not fucking doing anything, is it really? Hello? 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 What mentorship? So I'm basically part of there's this guy called Riley Bother. He's on Instagram and TikTok, and he is a profitable trader, and he's been like mentoring me. But it hasn't really been a one-to-one mentorship. I'm just kind of in his group, and like I learned his model and stuff. But his model's pretty similar to mine. Not gonna lie. Like I haven't done very much one-to-one stuff at all. Okay, that's no longer valid. I just want us to I just want us to move in some sort of direction somewhere. Why aren't you doing small amount of crypto giveaways on your social? You know, the silly scheme of send to 3 friends. I honestly don't know what that is, to be honest. I've been trading since the start of this year. Claudia, how to make trading friends really need some, but UK is so good. Honestly, force your friends that you already have to start trading. That's what I did. Like, I don't have any trading friends. I just have a friend who I forced to learn trading, and now she's my trading friend. Girl, learn off ICT himself on YouTube for free. The mentor that I have is free. Basically the deal is I document it on my socials, like how I find it and stuff. But yeah, it's free. I wouldn't pay for a mentor at this stage. I don't think. I think maybe if you pay for one at the start, it's okay. But I think now because I know the concepts. I know a model. I've passed a funded. I think paying for a mentor at that stage is unnecessary. Trading makes you lose friends, not make them. For real, for real, for real. Honestly, just being in Discords and stuff, you make friends through doing that. God, I'm bored of watching this. Really am. I really am. I really am. What is going on? I feel like I'm getting to the point where I'm getting like bored and I don't just want to start making trades up out of thin air right now. Because nothing has been offered to me. Absolutely nothing. And I'm getting to that stage where I start taking positions because I'm fucking bored. And I don't have anything left to say for myself. What kind of remote job are you doing? I'm looking for a remote job to focus on trading. So I can't actually tell you what my remote job, and I know that sounds really annoying, but I actually can't, like it's confidential. But it's data analysis revolving around that. So it's basically like Excel work, that type of thing, writing documents. Do 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 do. That can go away. That is fake. That is fake. That is fake. Bro, just do YouTube. LMAO, YouTube pays good or TikTok. Yeah, I mean, I do post on YouTube. Like, I've posted 2 videos and stuff. But I think because I'm not profitable yet, I don't have a huge amount of content to post on there. Because realistically, like I post the stuff which I do actually think people will find interesting, but I don't just want to make content for the sake of it. That no one really wants to watch. Like, I don't want to do that because it does take time making videos, and I'd rather spend the time studying trading so that I can then post once I'm profitable. You know, I just feel like it's a better use of my time. I post YouTube videos when I feel like there is actually a good idea which might be useful to someone or like is actually interesting to watch. But other than that, I think I'll probably post more long form content once I'm profitable. Do 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 do. People are networking in the chat. Love that. I love being the source of network for you. Do you like day in the life of an unprofitable? To be fair, I could actually do that. It's actually fun. But when I'm doing something like fun, people will shit. I don't know. I could do like a day in the life where I'm actually locking in. I feel like that might be quite fun, to be fair. That could be fun, to be fair. Do 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 do. Sheeny down. No, it's fine. I feel like everyone thinks the word unprofitable is so scary, but it's just actually just facts. Like, I haven't made any money. I haven't made any money yet. I'm working on it though. I'm working, bitch. I'm gonna see how price reacts off this 15-minute gap when we tap into it. I'm working, bitch. If we tap into it, that is. It's an if. This is boring. This is so boring. This is so boring. This is so boring. Why don't you use TradingView as the analysis part and the alpha ticks for executions? I honestly should do that because then I can just use an indicator for like Asia low, Asia high, all of that. But I don't even know. I like having my analysis on the screen. I feel like it helps me think clearer. Like while I'm executing as well. I don't know. It's just easier to do everything in one place, I guess. I wish this would just move. It's been sat for like 45 minutes and it's just not going anywhere. Is it raining? I'm gonna need a walk after this. A sanity walk. Oh, it's literally fucking raining. This is what happens when you live in the Britain. This is what happens when you live in Britain. In the Britain. You can't even go on a sanity walk after staring at charts and not finding an entry for 2 hours because it's raining all day. All day it's raining. I know, right? I'm sat on the street. This is honestly so boring. I'm just waiting for something to happen. We are consolidating. It either needs to, like, head up here or head down here. Like, because this is our A. We need some M or M, and then we're going to distribute higher or lower. Any trades yet? No trade yet. I initially came into the session bearish, so yeah. I'm going to see how we react once we tap into this 15-minute gap. If we tap into this 15-minute gap and then go from there. Because overall higher time frame looks bearish to me still, but we could continue higher up into this 4-hour gap and reach for that. It's very possible. Why did you come into it bearish? Honestly, because even though we do have higher time frame SMT, if I go onto the 4-hour, my thoughts coming onto the charts were that obviously NQ has filled in this gap and ES has filled in this gap. NQ still hasn't, so I thought NQ would potentially want to draw down into there. In terms of like the 4-hour profile, we had Asia low swept out. We put in London low, and then initially at AM we swept London high. So I thought we would use this gap to head to London low and kind of fill in this gap. That was my thoughts, which, you know, could still be on the cards if we invert this gap. I definitely think that's possible, but we're just fucking chopping around for now. Serious question, because I'm also working on getting profitable. How did you pass if you're not profitable? You don't need to be profitable to pass a funded account, in all honesty. This account that I'm trading with right now, this is a 150k standard, and I pass this with good risk management. Like, I risked 1% every trade unless I was in drawdown, and I'd risk even less. I never risked more than 1% on this account, and I managed to pass it. It was just through being consistent, and I was on the evaluation for 4 months. I was in drawdown about 6 times, and I just managed to bring it back every time. It's just through being consistent and patient. I never let myself blow that account because I knew that I wanted to pass it. Some people don't want it enough to pass it, and that's the main thing, I think. Some people are so willing to just blow that account. Like, they'll say, oh, I'll just risk it all and maybe I'll pass this trade, but maybe I'll also blow it. Like, I didn't give myself an opportunity to blow it. Like, if I was $500 away from blowing the account, my risk would be $250. If I was $250 away from blowing the account, my risk would be $125. Like, I just never let myself blow it, so eventually you're gonna pass it. So yeah. Boom, 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 boom. You trade with inversion fair value gaps. Yeah, I trade with inversion fair value gaps. They're like a key confirmation for me. I just think price needs to break out of whatever the hell this is. And honestly, we're getting towards 11 o'clock here, so maybe a case of we find no trade. It looks like ES is just slowly trickling up to midnight open, and we'll hit it at some point. So, yeah. Kind of hoping midnight open will get taken on ES and not necessarily on NQ, because that could be a nice driver for us to head lower if we are going to do so. I think that's kind of my last resort for this session before turning my charts off and heading away. I'm proud of my discipline for this session, though. I did like double check myself when I was constantly changing biases. Like, I told myself, okay, you clearly don't know what's going on, let's wait. Which I'm more happy with. I'd rather wait and miss a setup than panic and enter and take a loss. You know, like, conserving capital is more important, especially because I'm just in so much drawdown. Like, I want to be certain when I enter a trade. I just need to make sure that I'm not entering trades because I'm like fearful of losing. But in this case, like, a setup just didn't present itself to me, like, which matched my model. So there's nothing you can do really. How do you deal with hesitation when entering trades on my first eval at the moment and don't know how to get rid of it? Honestly, the only way to get rid of hesitation is to gain confidence in your model through backtesting and is to just force yourself to trade. Like, one of the things that I did on my eval, which I've never heard of anyone doing this, but I do actually think it's really useful, is I just sat on my charts at a random time during the day. I had no trade idea in mind, but I just clicked buy. And I watched my trade lose. I just set like a random stop loss, so like my trade's not going to lose a lot. Even if it's a micro, just trade a micro, watch that micro go into drawdown, go into profit. You need to be familiar with the feeling of being in drawdown and being in profit and like staying calm, because like the thing for me was that like when I was in drawdown, I was fucking panicking and I would lose my head, and then I would like close my trade too early and then it would run to TP, you know, like you have to get familiar with that feeling of drawdown. So I'd recommend doing that, just placing a micro and just watching it like go up into profit, down, back into drawdown. Like it actually is helpful, even if it's not a large amount. Just get familiar with that. I think is a big step. And backtest, gather data, gain confidence in your model. The more times you see your model play out, the more confident you'll be. And like, I'm giving this advice to myself as well. Like, I need to backtest more so that I gain more confidence and I can recognize my model as well. Because sometimes like I'll come onto the charts, I won't take a trade, and then like I'll look back at the charts in the evening and I'll be like, why didn't I take that? My model was right in front of my face, but I didn't recognize it because I don't know my model well enough to recognize that, if that makes sense. You broke your finger. Oh, it's not broken. I just had surgery on it. Yes is about to take midnight open right now. This is just so boring. This is so boring. To be fair, I didn't expect anything crazy today because we have no news, so it is what it is. Bro, what is this? What is this? We have midnight open right here, and this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing, bro. Not me, I'm still in longs. Nice. Nice. I wish I was in longs. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Okay, I'm gonna turn my charts off right now because there's just no setup for me. Like when it gets to like 10:45, I'm ready to switch off and just move on. Really. Unfortunately, no setup today, which is kind of annoying. But I expected a slow day because of the no news, so it is what it is. Well done to anyone who took longs. Slay. I'm gonna be back live tomorrow, 9:15 EST start, or 2:15 if you're from the UK. Going to be back training the open again tomorrow, so hopefully we can catch a position tomorrow. That would be amazing. But yeah, I'll hopefully see you then. There's quite a few new people here, so if you are here and you want to come join me tomorrow, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I'm very new starting out, so any support is welcomed. Yeah, thank you so much for joining, and I'll hopefully see you tomorrow.